friend if it makes you feel alright.
I'll get you anything, my friend, if it makes you feel alright.
I don't care too much for money, but I can't find me love. Well, I'll give you all I got to give if you say you love me too. Man, I'd
A lot to give, but what I got, I give to you.
I don't care too much for money, but I can't buy me love. Can't buy me love. You know that everybody tells me so. I can't buy me love. No, 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 no.
Your journey of how you got to Washington D.C. You were in the service. You were in the Vietnam War, and you were in the chorus there, and that took you to Washington D.C. And that's really where, from Fredonia, you had your service, and thank you for your service, and then off to Washington.
Right. I was in Fredonia for a year, and then they asked me to leave, and I was in the Army, and they heard me sing, and I was at the time the first African American in the Army chorus. I'm not sure, there may have been someone before me, but I was the only one when I was there, and I did 3 years, and I sang literally all over the country with the Army chorus and at the White House, etc. And then I just started. When my Army time was up, I started my career in Washington, and that's where I lived when I had my hit.
And let's talk about your parents, because your dad and your mom were so musically gifted, and very special, because their relationship was very special at a time when interracial marriages were really frowned upon.
Well, yeah. I mean, they met at the very end of World War II. And my dad was an American soldier, and my mom was a British opera singer, and fell in love and came over here in the 50s and moved to Buffalo. And I think part of their journey was there were, I think it's 17 states where they would have been illegal. They could not have been married. And even in Buffalo, even in the East, it wasn't that easy in those days. I remember they were afraid to walk down the street holding hands for fear. You know, so I always talk about Mom and Dad in the show. And what I say in a nutshell is the gift they gave my sister and me is music. But what you really sit back and think about is they stayed married their whole lives, almost 60 years, through all the stuff that what every marriage goes through, and then you add on all the other stuff. So I'm very, very proud of that.
Yeah. And Kelly, I'm sure you saw, there was a great YouTube clip. I don't know if you were at the show that night, but your mom was up on stage with you.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. I knew Audrey very well, and she loved going to Clint's show, and I sat with her a bunch of times, and she thought, oh, he's going to ask me to sing, and she'd go, she'd do a warm up, and I'd say, I think she'd go, oh no, I couldn't.
She had an incredible opera voice. I mean, and she could have been a major star.
Well, she had a good career in England, but like many things in those days, the war stopped it. You know, everybody had to survive, and then by the time they got here, she had me and my sister Gail, and Dad was working 3 jobs. He was at the Bethlehem steel plant, and so on and so forth. And careers like those kind of careers just weren't in the cards for them anymore. So they neither one of them really got to pursue their musical selves in a performance way. My mom taught, and Dad would hang out at the Colored Musicians Club and get up and scat, but they never got to do it as a profession again.
Well, you have to get to the Colored Musicians Club. They've created a great interactive museum, and you'll get back there on your next trip.
You know, I would like, and they weren't open yet last night. And I really wanted to go over. That was kind of, we were going to do that. But
You will.
Next time.
Now, here you're at the Riviera Theater, and who are the musicians that we hear practicing behind?
These are my guys. Christian Tamber, great pianist, vibraphone player. Dave Ostrom is my bass player, and Jacoba Griffin is my drummer. And they are part of, it's a little bit larger band in Vegas, but they are the core of it. They're my rhythm section, and have been for the past about 2 years.
So this is what we can see in Vegas, and that's amazing that here for one night only, you're bringing that Vegas-style show right here to the Riviera Theater. So Kelly and Clint, just terrific to catch up with you.
Yeah, thanks, John. You've always been such a good friend. It's
Oh,
great.
thanks. You know,
And I want to see your game show.
Yeah.
yes, the next time back, not only will we go to the Colored Musicians Club, you'll be on bragging rights.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I would love that.
And what do we win?
Is it
You win a hearty handshake.
and a mention on Facebook, maybe?
How many gigs have I had where you win a hearty handshake?
Way too many.
Exposure.
You get more exposure.
Well, you know what? You're eternally youthful, and as a couple, you just shine. You know, you can really see that. So congratulations, and God bless, and good luck to you.
Thank you, brother.
You too. Thank you, Jay.
Hallelujah.